So it's been a few days and I've been playing the game The Ascent that is part of Xbox Game Pass, and I'm delighted to say that it's wonderful. Hey, what is happening guys? This is Orka from Orka's Gaming Corner, and let's talk a bit about The Ascent. The Ascent is a mixture or a mashup of Diablo 3, Mass Effect with the world of cyberpunk. So let's begin by talking about the performance on the PC. The game runs fine on anything I think above an RX 570 or a GTX 1060 3GB model when you play it at 1080p with medium to high settings, and similarly if you're running it at 1440p you would need something like a 1660 Ti or a 1660 Super, and again with medium to high settings, and we are talking about DX11 not DX12. So these are some of the graphics cards that would do pretty much fine for this game on DX11 without of course the ray tracing and all that. Now I'm using a 1660 Ti laptop which runs the game at 1440p anyway, and the settings are a combination of medium to ultra settings. It's kind of a mixture and it runs pretty fine. I get generally an average FPS from around 55 to 60 FPS at 1440p. However, of course there are some dips here and there when you have huge explosions or when there are a lot of things happening on the screen at the same time. So yeah, that is definitely there. Now from what I've heard, on DX12 the game does not run that well and there is a constant kind of stutter. So if you do want to play ray tracing, let that get fixed and then switch to DX12 and play with ray tracing. So the game is a top-down RPG like something like Diablo 3 but with guns, and the world definitely looks stunning and brilliant. It has fantastic colors and all those neon lights and everything, and it looks very futuristic in a cyberpunkish kind of way. In fact, it so much feels like cyberpunk that I feel it is more cyberpunk than the game Cyberpunk, and I was quite amazed that it runs pretty well with so many things happening on the screen. So yeah, this is a very pretty looking game and I have not actually seen it with ray tracing. At least I have not tried it. So it would look even better. But then I guess it won't run that great. The character creation is pretty detailed. You can do a bunch of things, tweak up a bunch of things. And then the leveling system is also pretty fantastic. Every level you'll get 3 skills. You can pour those skills into, whichever skill you want, like maybe increase the health, maybe increase your shooting, handling, weapon handling, and so on and so forth. There are a bunch of things there that you can do. And on top of that, you also have armor upgrade, armor customization, what kind of armor you want, whether you want to go with a heavy kind of armor or whether you want to go with a little lighter kind of armor but good with some implants and very light on the feet. That means you're nimble and you can duck a lot of things. So you can choose your build as you want, and these implants will also help you increase different attributes and boosts to your character. So it is fantastic for someone like me who likes to dial in things and take my time and build my characters. So you could do this in this game. Now you are kind of this handyman who does everything from repairing garbage systems to cleaning out robotic enemies, and also again fighting like a mercenary for hire, or you can be a mercenary for hire. So a bit of everything. You work for the big boss man as a hired gun or maybe his right hand, and then he gives you a bunch of missions and then yada yada yada. I wouldn't want to go into the details of that. Now let's talk a bit about the combat. The combat is fun. Initially, I felt a little awkward in the sense that the mouse is there only to shoot for directions and for directions. You actually do not click on the map or on the ground to move your character. It does not work like that. You still have to use WASD, but just move your mouse to give directions so that at least the character is turned in the correct direction when you're moving in that direction. In a few hours, I got used to it and it was all fine. The shooting feels fantastic. There's a lot of gore and a lot of mess here that happens. Great explosions, a lot of blood coming out, and a lot of things happening on the scene. on the screen at the same time, and the graphics looks quite fantastic. One thing you need to note is that when you're playing this game, if you play on normal difficulty, I have not seen the difficulty by the way, I think it is normal. I was on level 3 and I could take out a bunch of people at level 8 or 9 and even 10. So you could take out mobs of 8, 9 and 10 when you're at level 3. Of course, I did die here and there once in a while, but I felt it was kind of a bit too easy. So you should go in with a harder difficulty tier. That would be much more fun. All in all, the game is truly fantastic, and I would say that once I got into it, I just could not stop playing. And the story, I will not go into much detail because I am still playing it and I would not want to spoil that. But it's I said Mass Effect for a reason, because all the different races of the galaxies are there. And yeah, there's a lot of dialogue that is there. I don't know how many of you like it, but yeah, it's an RPG, so you'll get a bit of dialogue. But then the game is fun and it comes on Xbox Game Pass at no extra cost. So why not? So finally, a fantastic game. I'm having a lot of fun, and it has an online component to it. So maybe you can co-op and play this also. So there you have it, folks. This is all I have for this episode. Like, share and subscribe to my channel Orka's Gaming Corner, and I'll see you in the next gaming video.